Hey everybody, it's Kyle. Hey, I'm wearing my sunglasses today because I'm going to tell you a story about something that is probably going to make me a little bit emotional, and I'm not sure I want to share the eyes with you during this story. But anyway, I was chatting with a friend last night, and I was reminded of a few years ago when I presented at an autism event, and afterwards was standing at a booth chatting with people about the presentation and other people that were coming up and talking to me. And I was approached by a lady who said, she came up to me, she was an older lady, and she said, "I have a problem and I want your help with it, Kyle." And so I asked her to tell me what was going on, and she said, "Well, I've got a daughter who's almost 30, and she has an 8-year-old son who's on the autism spectrum. And my daughter basically refuses to take care of him. And so he's my responsibility now. And, I don't really know what to do." And so I started asking her questions, and it, turns out, I won't get into all the details of the questions, but ultimately what she said was that her daughter had this baby out of wedlock and was a single parent, and certainly just wasn't mature enough to manage the situation, and that she basically kind of dumped this little boy on her. And it was really interesting to me, because the more she talked, the more I just felt like she needed something different from me at that moment. And so I asked her, I said, "Why are you taking care of the little boy?" And she said, "Well, because I love him. And if I don't take care of him, I'm not sure anybody will." And, at that point, I realized what she needed. And what she needed was what I think all moms who have children that are on the autism spectrum need. And that's this. And this is what I told her. First of all, I asked her if the little boy was verbal, or how much he could talk, and she said he wasn't very verbal at all. He could say a few words, but really not a lot. And so I said, "Well, the first thing I need to do is tell you that if he could, he would tell you, first of all, thank you, because without you, that little boy wouldn't have much of a life at all. Obviously his mother isn't really capable of taking care of him, but you've accepted that responsibility, and he would tell you thank you for being there for him and providing him some semblance of a normal life, because without you, he's in real trouble. So you need to know that he thanks you. Whether he can say it or not, you need to know that you're appreciated and he thanks you. And the second thing I think you need to know is that, in my opinion, there's no greater calling in this world than to take care of those who can't really take care of themselves. To me, it's an honorable thing, and she's accepted that responsibility. And I just wanted her to know how much I honored her and how much I appreciated that she would do that for him. And I told her, and I want to tell you too, that the service you provide to these kids, and maybe even adults, I know I'll probably be providing service, my wife will be providing service to our kids until she's not really around anymore. And they need someone to love them and to take care of them. And to me, the you moms out there that do this, it's so honorable. And I want you to know that, first of all, I honor you, and secondly, you need to understand that what you're doing is valued, and you need to feel honored. When you're struggling to take care of your child, you need to know that there's honor in doing that. I know it's hard. I watch my wife do it every day. I understand. I've got 2 sons that are on the spectrum. I understand it's hard. I understand it's difficult. I understand there's a lot of things that go on that people that don't have kids on the spectrum, they can't understand. And that's okay, but I understand, and I want you to know I honor you, and I appreciate what you're doing, and your child, if he could, would tell you thank you. I know that. So I guess the message for today is pretty simple. Number one, know that what you're doing is valiant. And number two, feel good about what you're doing, because you're doing something that's really a higher calling. It's a higher calling to take care of those people that can't take care of themselves. And I want you to know that that's how I feel about it. So maybe that's not as uplifting as some of the other stuff I do, but I just felt the need to share that. So have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.